Hey everybody. I need to be out today. I have to take care of family, kids, doctors, dentists. It's just like a bunch of stuff just piled up and I have to take care of it. So, I'm going to be giving you a few of these videos and it's like I'll still be there and we're going to do distance learning YouTube style. So, the first thing is I feel like we have to get back into a better place from all of the intense emotions of yesterday. And please, can we do that? Can we all commit to being good to each other and getting back to the good and kind of nice people that we really are? We actually are a very nice class. So I looked up some material and I pulled together um, a list that says be an ally, learn to live together. So sometimes when people talk about the fight against racism, people say you should be an ally in the fight against racism. My children are in the kitchen. You can hear them. They don't know how to be quiet. Authentic video. Um, in the Be an ally in the fight against racism. And to be an ally means to work together, to cooperate. So here are some specific ways. Now, what I'm going to want you to do is pause this video, bring up the ally document that's in Google Classroom. Okay? Then have it up while we're reading this out together. Okay. Learn to be an ally in the fight against racism. Educate yourself. Learn about racial injustice. Yes, I'm reading the list. Learn about racial injustice and the history of the struggle. You can read books, watch documentaries, listen to podcasts, and follow social media accounts. Now, we can do some of this in class. Learn about how America is learning to overcome its history of racism and classism and inequality. Take action. Speak up when you hear or see racism or racist statements. And tell people that their comments or jokes are not welcome. You can also interrupt these statements by delegating, distracting, or intervening. What they mean is by changing the subject or saying something or get it to stop if you can't do it direct. I think this is important. When people take action, I do want to ask you to not create more violence. Be thoughtful of that. That oftentimes as humans, when we get angry, we use it to justify more anger. That is not a thing that works in the end, okay? Take it from the old man here. Reflect on your privilege. Consider how your power and identity many benefits you. Be aware of your implicit biases and how you participate in these historic systems. That's deep. I don't expect you to understand all that in a day. But I think it's good to just think about. Now, people get upset here that when we say this in the classroom, some people think we're trying to get people to feel guilty about having any privilege. And that's just not true. You can share. It can be expressed in good ways. I mean, we're all learning. There's been a lot of things in place. And if people are willing to grow and change, you can do a lot of things. You're not going to necessarily be able to erase the past in a minute. And why am I saying all this blah, blah, blah? Because the thing about privilege is deep, and we need to be careful. Okay? You don't need to ever feel guilty for having some privilege, because you can use it in good ways and you can still be an ally. And punishing yourself doesn't make you an ally. Okay. Be humble. Practice humility and be willing to admit when you're wrong. Hey, done it myself. If you're wrong, you go, whoa, So that was off. Now, we've talked about all this in class too. You have to remember that sometimes when people say sorry, 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 it loses its meaning. So you want to be careful. Like, we're telling you to say sorry and be humble, but you should also be aware that if you keep doing it, that's not really being humble. Spread the word. Share information about protests, actions, and events through social media. Text, email, phone, and in person. Okay. Help people where they need help. Figure out what a group needs and offer assistance. An ally is someone who supports a group other than their own, acknowledges that we have oppressive systems, and commits to being aware of their part in these systems. This is one reason why we study history and why I lean on studying history so much, is because you can understand how these things got into place and how we can do better. And one thing that I want you to really understand that we're definitely going to be learning is that in the late 1960s, a bunch of laws were put in the Constitution around racism, privilege, inequality. And they were codified into law because people believed it was time for the change enough and it had been too long. So, okay. I don't mean to lecture so much. Second part. Fill out the questions. How are you feeling today? Just like how you feeling, man. Why are you feeling that way? Give me a short answer. Then there's another box. Out of these 6 things, this list that we just read, which one do you feel you could get behind? Give me some chatter. Okay? All right. Thank you.